Share your love and creativity for baking. Bake more memories with tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder. In last week's Elimination Challenge, contestants were taken on a culinary journey to the West Coast. Inspired by the ocean, they had to create their own unique seafood bake. Renuka impressed with the bake of the day, but for Pumla and Bokang, it was the end of the line.
Top 8, we made it. I'm so excited.
Riri's net eerlik. Ek het gedog, episode 3, goodbye Riri. But I'm still here.
Well, the 8 of you have made it through some tough challenges to get here.
One thing's for sure, you can all breathe just a little bit easier today because it's not an elimination round. Woo! But there is still a lot to bake for.
And a reminder that the winner of the Taste Master of Season 5 will earn 150,000 Rand in cash, courtesy of Capitec Business to elevate your career, because better never rests. Rochelle, what would that mean for you?
Obviously, it will mean everything to me, and it will obviously make my home-based bakery, it will take it to the next level.
150,000 South African rands from Capitec will change my business. It's going to take it to the next level because what? Better never rest.
The winner will also earn 100,000 Rand to spend with Samsung, 100,000 Rands worth of KitchenAid equipment, as well as a blast chiller from Electrical Industries Online with 65,000 Rand.
Ooh. Today's theme is all about something that any aspiring chef or baker would put on their list of achievements. I have fortunately achieved this goal 3 times in my career. I'm talking about your very own cookbook.
I've always had this dream to have my own cookbook, La Riri's Delicious Treats, one day.
When we're talking about selling your own cookbook, then creating a beautiful, eye-catching cover is critical. Because it's one thing to bake a beautiful bake, but it's another thing completely to capture the essence on camera.
To help you get in tune with food photography and food styling, we have enlisted the best in the business. Please welcome your guest judge for today, Ilse Van der Merwe.
Ilse Van der Merwe, what? Like, I literally have 3 recipe books of her. I love her food styling. She's just an icon for me.
Hello Fritz, hello Zola.
Hi.
I'm so happy to be here today. So shall we go play around with props?
Yes!
After you. I think as a child, I've always just really loved food and eating well. I come from a family who can all kind of really cook well. And about 13 years ago, I knew that I wasn't going to be in my career at that stage forever. So I closed my booking agency. I had a booking agency for rock and roll bands. And I followed my passion of writing about food and having a creative life in food. I think people sometimes forget that food styling is a really fun thing. There's no reason to be nervous about it. The most important thing probably would be an eye for good composition. If you have a good composition, you're halfway there already. In this challenge, they need to show a little bit of their personality to shine through. So I can't wait to see what they come up with. When I made my career change, there weren't a lot of learning opportunities. The few people that were already in this kind of informal creative food space learned from one another. And I think to be part of Taste Master SA would be incredible for me to know that I have the opportunity now to be part of someone else's learning journey. In today's masterclass, I'll be showing you how to style a baking-focused cookbook cover. Ooh. So my publisher right at the beginning told me that cookbooks that have food on the covers sell way better than cookbooks that have people on the cover. Unless you are Zola, Nene, then you're a superstar and you put your best food picture on the back. I've chosen 2 recipes from my second book that I want us to turn into cover-worthy styled photographs. The one is this pear frangipani tart. So what I would change to make this cover worthy is to bake it in a round tin and to keep some of this beautiful grey tones, because if you think about it, most foods are brown or beige, and brown on its own is not an exciting color. So cooler colors like a cool grey or perhaps a light blue work beautifully, especially on golden colors like this. Then secondly, we also have a chocolate tart, just to have two different options to show you what we're going to work with. Let's talk through it. I will select a background, some elements that we can maybe use for creating interest in terms of layering. We will decide if it needs a kind of a lappy or some kind of cutlery. And I think for covers, simpler is always better. Putting more focus on the dish itself. And then we add a little drama so that there will be shiny chocolate melted over the top and beautiful rock star elements like fresh berries that just makes anything pop.
Ilse says drama in cookbooks is important. I totally agree. The more drama, the better.
This would create a beautiful picture. You can even turn it to the side and crop through here to have some geometric interest. So this is straight lines, this is round, we've got fluted edges, there are many different things going on. And this is just regular apricot jam with a little bit of extra water, warmed through. Well, you can already see it gives a lot of extra color. Right, so now this is a story of autumn. So we've used these beautiful golden pears and not green pears, because it really translates a lot more beautiful in terms of autumn colors.
Die manier hoe Ilse seisoene inbring en kos temas, dit is regtig mind-blowing.
And now, one of the most underrated elements is a small bakkie. I bought a stack of these many years ago and I use them for everything.
My business really does revolve around graphic media, and I really do feel like the tips that Ilse has given me really will elevate my work.
So now, my angle would be straight from the top. Okay, so I'm using a 50mm lens here at the moment, which is great for overhead shots. So keep in mind now, we're still gonna add some moody lighting later, but I can already see that maybe this pear at the top is not in the right position. And then you can start playing around. I can also see that we definitely need more icing sugar.
Yes.
And all of the glossy vibe that I can see with my own eye here will become elevated once you use a moody lighting setup.
All that Ilse is teaching us is so interesting. I'm going to apply everything to my social media as well.
The second one is a very simple chocolate tart. And as you know, chocolate is an evocative subject to start with. And we can add a small piece of baking paper. If it's slightly crinkled, then it just looks like it's been used. Now, chocolate is very beautiful by itself, but chocolate and berries look great together.
Wow, just using the contrast of the berries, beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Okay, now I'm going to do the chocolate first, and then we continue by adding one or two more berries that's not splashed with chocolate.
All of Ilse's tips are really working magic. Her tarts look banging.
I can already see that we might have to change the background.
Yes.
It looks flat, completely flat.
Yeah.
Let's change it to, let's go with this one
Black
first.
one, yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful to see her work and make it so elegant and flawless.
Better, but ooh, I'm looking for that moody light. So I see this as a reference for composition, but I think with the modeled light, everything will come to life.
All of Ilse's tarts in these photos look absolutely incredible, which goes to show how useful her tips really are.
So the next thing I would like to show you is some very simple product photography. So let's move over to that side.
Ilse leer my vandag baie wat ek kan toepas in my besigheid. It's absolutely beautiful to see her work and make it so elegant and flawless.
Ilse wys ons hoe belangrik dit is om verskillende kleure te gebruik om lekker kontras te kry tussen die kleure om jou voedsel mooi uit te bring, en ook die belangrikheid van beligting, wat beligting speel as dit kom by om 'n mooi visual aspect te gee op jou fotos.
Thank you so much, Ilse, for this brilliant masterclass.
Using the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus, contestants are asked to show what they've learned and style their own food scene using some of the bakes and props provided.
I've got 10 minutes to bang out something.
I don't know, I'm just going to throw things on a plate and hope it works. I liked the carrot cake because it was circular. I thought it would be a nice sort of canvas to work with.
My nerves are shut, so I just grabbed everything that I seen and I went with it.
Ik denk het stenen.
I want to make sure that I've placed everything where I want it. I look at it from a height and I'm happy with what I have. I love it.
I chose this metal background because I want to play with darker and lighter contrast.
It is very difficult to pick just one picture. It was even more difficult than choosing a selfie for Instagram.
It looked amazing when I was done. I'm really, really happy with it.
So my husband, normally before we eat, he gets so angry with me because I just take photos of everything. I'm very happy with the shots. I think I got what I wanted.
That's where I'm going to stop as well. Keep it simple and clean. Not going to add any more stuff to this room. I like the geometric look of this, so I don't really want to mess it up.
I'm just trying to get some focus here. As ek so na my produk kyk en as ek dit weer op die kamera kyk, dit lyk dit is 'n heel ander produk. Kwaliteit goed.
Up next, contestants learn their practice session has a lot more significance than they anticipated. Clover yogurts are just plain amazing and made with love by Clover.
Your challenge for today is to create and capture your ideal cookbook cover. We want you to represent yourself in a bake that is uniquely you and represents your personal baking style.
My mind is racing. Not sure what I'm going to come up with.
Once you have completed your bake, you will have to style a scene and capture an image. You will be judged both on the quality of your image as well as the quality of your bake, which of course we will taste.
Now, this wouldn't be the Taste Master without a few twists and changes, would it now? So of the 8 of you, only 6 of you will be baking today. The other 2 will go straight into the next elimination.
2 people straight into elimination. This is such a twist.
What a shock.
Philip and Lariri, you must be wondering what your Royal Baking Powder Pin advantage is. You two automatically qualify to compete in today's challenge.
Groot verligting.
The rest of you, however, will be chosen based on the photos you took at the masterclass.
The styled pictures taken by each contestant were captured without the judges present. They will now pick their 4 favorites, not knowing who took them.
The croissant picture right there, who does that belong to? Well done, you're baking.
Thank you.
This is going to sound so typical and biased, but I like the bread image. Who does that belong
Whose image is? Oh, well done.
Michelle?
You're baking today.
Yay.
I think that beautiful carrot cake.
Whose image is it?
Well done, Rio, you're baking.
Okay, so I'm choosing the final one, hey?
My hands are shaking. I haven't yet been chosen.
I am really freaking out about this. Yo, it's stressful.
The chocolate cake image. Whose image? Natasha, well
Natasha,
done.
well done, you're baking.
I am so relieved that they chose me. For a moment, I was shaking.
So who owns the pecan nut picture?
I am gutted. I was really looking forward to today's challenge.
The quiche belongs to? Say it proud.
Boo! I am in elimination again. Yo.
Sorry, ladies. So you'll be moving to the elimination challenge next. For the 6 of you, you will have the opportunity to put your hearts on a cover. And there will be a winner today who will automatically be safe from the elimination challenge, but will also be walking away with a brand new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus.
That's amazing. Winning a Samsung S24 would be amazing. And I really need a phone. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to give it my all.
Right, contestants, you will have 2 hours for today's bake.
Your baking starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Go for it, guys.
I am making a play on chocolate and orange. So I'm going to do a chocolate and orange tart, but I've got a bit of a spin on my base. I'm going to create a marbled chocolate base. My mind just kept going through what would represent me the best, and I do a lot of elevated pastry, and I think I need to showcase that.
I'll be making a pumpkin spice cinnamon roll with a maple butterscotch and a brown butter cream cheese frosting. My approach to this challenge is to have a more comfort type of cooking style. And cinnamon rolls is something I often make at my house. So my target audience for my cookbook is home bakers.
It is a chakalaka cheese and ham bread, so it's a little bit spicy, just like me. I'm doing a twist. I usually don't use chili in my things, so today I want a lekker broodjie that skops, man, you see, and that is my personality.
Today I'm making a baked chocolate cheesecake with macarons on top. Baked cheesecake is something that I do a lot for my family and just as part of my business, and macarons is my niche.
Today I'm making an orange style pudding cake thing. Royal baking powder is gonna make this a little bit more light and fluffy, which is what I want. I chose this cake because I love citrus. I love spices. This cake represents my cooking style to an absolute T.
I'm busy doing a lemon cake because that speaks about the rural areas where I'm from and how we do things in our kitchens. Lemons are everything. For my blueberry and lemon cake, I'm gonna add some oil because I want the cake to be moist. After that, my cake flour, royal baking powder, and some lemon juice and water for extra fluffiness.
I am currently making my sweet short crust pastry. I'm making 2 types of pastries. So vanilla pastry first, so I don't have to wash my bowl. And then I'm gonna go with the chocolate pastry in here.
While my base is resting, I'm whipping up my cheesecake mixture. So I'll be adding my caster sugar with my creme fraiche and also my cream cheese. And after that, I add the good chocolate. And from there on, it goes into the oven on this low, slow heat.
This is the secret of the chakalaka bread. So it's chakalaka with some mushroom. Then we're gonna start with the bread. We're gonna layer it.
It's looking nice, even tasting some raw dough, just to make sure that my flavors are there. So I just mixed a lot of warm spices and I made my own pumpkin spice.
Now that my cake batter is done, I can move on to the topping of my cake, which is a caramelly-ish citrus topping with butter and sugar and some ginger, and then layering down my citrus and putting my batter on top of it all and popping it in the oven.
I am about to prove my dough in my Samsung microwave because it actually has a proving function.
Hi, Rochelle.
Hello.
What's happening?
I'm feeling all right. I think it's because I'm baking what I used to bake, which is a chocolate baked cheesecake. And then I'm going to top that off with macarons.
And what's your theme for styling this baked cheesecake?
I think I just want to portray elegancy.
I love that.
I like it too.
So I'm going to do the macarons in a dark brownish color.
It sounds like it's going to be quite moody actually with the dark colors. Tell us what you're baking, Mel.
I'm doing a play on chocolate and orange, and so I'm going to create a tart, but I'm making it marbled pastry base. We'll fill it in with this orange cream. I want texture, so I've got tarts, the sponge, top it off with like a mousse ganache. I'm very classic, so I just
can't go wrong with the classics sometimes.
But I want to
spin
it off and try to create something a little bit different and a little bit more modern.
Okay, best of luck, Mel.
Thank you so much.
And how's it going here?
Cake's in the oven.
Okay.
So yeah, today I'm doing a lemon and blueberry cake.
Okay.
Yum, love the combo.
Yeah, delicious.
You obviously had the baking pin advantage, so we didn't even get to judge your photo, if you will. Do you think you would be baking if you were one of the 6 that had to be chosen?
I don't want to blow my own horn, but
but go ahead.
Looking at the photos of the others, I'm sure I would have been number 1.
Wow, Philip, it's like that.
It's like that. We're all like that.
The Riri. We got savory flavors going on here.
Now Riri decided to do his favorite thing, and it's called a chakalaka, ham and cheese bread.
The dough first, and then what happens?
And then you lay it with the ham, and then cheese, and then again dough.
Okay, and the chakalaka?
The chakalaka is in between. So
Okay, so there's dough layers in the...
Yes.
Oh, risky,
Yes.
risky, hey, Fred?
Yes.
I'm just worried about the middle layer of dough not baking enough, you know? Is this something you've made before?
klompmala.
Okay, klompmala, he says. Okay. Are you enjoying the whole food styling, photography, all of that?
Do you know what? I love taking pictures of me. Ilse said the only superstar that puts her on the cover is Zola. So it's like, okay, no, I can't put myself on the cover, but okay.
That's true, that's true. Well, good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right now I'm just rolling out my dough, trying to make it nice and thin because I want those nice swirls for that beautiful look that I'm going for in the photograph.
Contestants, you are halfway through your bake. You have 1 hour left to go. Come on, guys. Push.
Let's go. We want to see your interpretation of this week's challenge. Make a cover-worthy creation using royal baking powder. Upload it onto socials by replying to the competition post and using the hashtag #TheTasteMasterSA and hashtag #BakeMoreMemories. And you could win a KitchenAid stand mixer of your very own.
Happy baking and good luck.
Congratulations to our episode 5 viewer winner, Khadija Surti, who baked a chiffon sponge filled with a pistachio-infused chantilly cream decorated with hand-piped flowers. Who will influence the nation with their creative bakes? Bake more memories with tried and trusted royal baking powder.
Now I'm moving on to my cream cheese. So earlier on, I browned some butter so that I can make a brown butter cream cheese. Beat that up with some cream cheese, some essence, my icing sugar, and that will be my spread for my cinnamon rolls.
So vir my lemon curd gebruik ek nou suiker, water en some lemon juice en lemon essence. En ek kook dit in die pot en ek roer dit totdat my curd spesifieke consistency bereik het en dan haal ek dit van die stoof af.
Natasha, setting up for your shoot, we see?
Yes.
Okay, so talk us through what your angles are going to be. So maybe Ilse could give you some tips and tricks.
I would like a side profile because I want my background to be a little bit more darker and then focus on the cinnamon roll.
Okay, lots going on. Okay, let's see how it comes together.
I like all the warm tones coming together here. I wanted to tell you that never forget that a lacquer weathered tin like this photographs very well. Yes. You can even consider using that and a little piece of this actual baked paper, maybe not the whole thing.
Okay, I'm gonna steer her away before she gives you the whole picture idea.
I need to get my stuff together. And while I'm waiting for things to cool, I quickly run and find my props. I like the rusted tin flat lay, and I'm going for moody. I look for a few plates, and normally I would go with something light for contrast, but I'm loving the grays and the slated look. I pull the top cases out, and they're beautifully crisp and golden. Why don't you want to come out? It's hot.
Ek weet nog nie of ek hom wil langs the side, because as jy die brood ooppak, lyk die brood stunning langs the side. Maar as jy so kyk, dan lyk dit ook mooi van bo af.
Maybe test it when you have the option. And before you break something open, get a great shot first.
That's a good tip.
And then, because if you break it and it doesn't look nice, then you have a backup to go to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but this looks very vibrant.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's it. Time is up. Let's go. Philip, it looks very bright and summery here.
I love a little branch because it always brings a lot of life to something that's real, and in this case it's real. Yellow and black are great partners, yellow and grey as well. So if you're going for a side angle and you see more of the grey board at the back than this thing, I think great. But if you're going top down, I would put that grey board at the bottom. And with the written stuff, that's very, what's the right word? Oorspronklik.
Oorspronklik,
Yeah,
yeah.
baie
Authentic.
oorspronklik. Authentic, very authentic. It's perfection.
This is not as burnt as I had anticipated, so I'm feeling stoked. Right.
So my backdrop is I want to use a bit of lines, and then I was so in between, like with a
flat lay or from the side.
Can I tell you, when you are
Yes,
going from the
please.
side and you have lines at the back, try and go as flush as possible, because if you go like this and you're shooting with a wider lens, it's going to distort.
Okay, that's the hint. That's
No,
it. Time
Bella.
out. Let's
One
go.
more.
Let's go.
Bakers, you only have 30 minutes left on the clock. Let's see you make the most of it.
Come on, guys. Last 30 minutes. Make it beautiful.
It looks good. It really looks good. I'm happy.
So this weathered baking paper, I actually put the baking paper in the oven to just brown a little bit. So I'm gonna take out my cinnamon rolls, plate them, and drizzle and smear with my brown butter cream cheese frosting.
As ek hoor, daar's net 'n paar minute oor. Ek moet nog my koek opsit. Oh my gosh. My koek is nog warm. O nee. Jo, die icing loop so af van daardie koek af. Like strane. Koek is nog te warm.
Okay, Philip, it seems like catastrophe has hit.
Cakes are still hot. If it happens that I'm only gonna use this and I'm gonna do an aerial shot instead of my original plan, I'll come up with a plan B.
It is what it is. So that is just like go with what you can do. Go with
Exactly.
what you can do.
Champions don't back down.
No, you're right. Don't quit. Don't quit.
We don't quit.
I'm a bit worried at this point because the tart shell is still slightly warm, and I'm just recalling the blast chiller. I'm going to use that as, the saving tool in here.
Gosh, that looks super gooey and delicious. Are you happy?
I'm very happy with how it looks. It looks yummy, tasty, like I just want to dig in.
Well, what are you going to plate on?
I am plating on this, so my setup is done.
Okay, so the trade ones as well, they're part of it. Nice. Okay, but good luck with the final finishes.
Thank you.
Hi, Rio.
Hi.
Yeah, is something on
I
here?
think something's burning. Is it still the caramel in
It's
the
still
oven?
the caramel.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, that is still there.
Yo! Can I tell you, there's a very beautiful Portuguese-looking vibe going on there.
And it's funny because my mom's Portuguese.
So you're playing into that kind of like style?
Yes.
Nice.
I really like that, and the way that the yellow and the blue play together.
Do you think I should slice it?
Why don't you try with the top shot, just get the shot first before slicing anything. But I think the cake is already very beautiful by itself.
Thank you.
Hi, Rochelle.
Hello.
The colors of your macarons came out beautiful, eh?
Yes,
And so super smooth and silky.
Yeah.
You're
I'm really
happy?
happy. I'm going to cry. I'm
Listen,
happy.
I
Yeah.
love both. You said you didn't like the color of that marsala-looking ones, but they are straight on trend. I think you should use both.
I'm definitely going to use both.
Absolutely
I think
beautiful.
It's gonna, yes, thank you. I'm very happy with my end product, and I really do feel confident in how it looks like. So I think this is going to be a good one.
Super delicate, eh?
Sophisticated, very sophisticated. I think that this shot can be beautiful as a top-down and slightly from an
I like
angle
the fact
because
that you
the
can see
marbling
this, yeah.
also on the pastry is so nice. Maybe you can put the other piece down on the other side, if you know what I'm
Like as
saying.
in this way.
Yes, that you can see the marbling and the inside. These plates work so well with the background. Yeah,
I hope
great
so.
choice.
Thank you so much.
So colorful, and when I look at you, also colorful. Honestly, this is such a friendly, inviting dish.
It really is.
And very unique.
Listen, and off the bat, it looks baked. No? My concern was that it's going to be difficult to bake those items on the inside, and they're stacked, which collapses the air pockets, etc. So
The proof would be in the tasting.
absolutely.
Julle ruik dit, né?
That's right.
Very proud of what I've done, want ek glo ek het harde werk in gesit en ek pak altyd met liefde.
Wat gaan aan? Ek is nog steeds warm. Ek gaan nou hierdie ding nou net so op my presentation sit. As jy met tyd oor, ek kan nie 'n kaalbord vir die beoordelaars gee nie. Hulle het my hierdie heilkoek vat, maar vir my gaan dit heiliglik my koek moet lekker smaak en die presentation moet reg wees. So niks wat ek nou by oomblik kan doen nie, van die tyd is weg. For the best side.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Stop baking, everyone. Step away from your bakes. Well done.
Well done, everybody.
Yo.
Kyk klaar gemaak is aan.
2 hours done, and I look around because this is the only time I ever get to see what everyone else has done. And everyone's bringing a game.
Probeer fokus op dit wat Ilse vir ons geleer het in die masterclass op beligting, 'n bietjie rond te speel met kleurskakering.
The technique that I took out of Ilse's masterclass is more is more.
It's a little bit pressure to do this and know that we're also going to be judged on our photography skills.
Die is definitief 110% werd vir 'n beautiful cookbook. Larry's Bakes.
I'm taking a picture on the Samsung phone and it's really doing my little creation some justice. Have I done enough? We'll have to see.
Coming up, the judges view each of their photos and taste the bake behind the image.
Better never rests, so be the star to take your baking to the next level with Capitec.
Do it like this. Do it like get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
Walking in the kitchen, my heart is beating so fast. I know I've done enough, but you always feel uneasy.
Rochelle, you seem to come into this bake with a very concise plan. Did everything turn out how you'd planned?
Yes, I'm very happy with what I put up.
And Ilse, what do you think of the shape of her bakes and the way that she presents them?
When I saw you starting to plate the 3 cheesecakes, I wanted to tell you, make a stack, make one taller one, and then create lekker high drama. Because I think at the moment we're losing a bit of the drama that makes this dish so magical. That being said, I love the backdrop. I love the classicness of the props you chose. I think you created something truly remarkable, actually.
Thank you, Ilse.
I'm lacking a little bit of this experience right there, but otherwise I'm super excited to taste this.
I don't feel very confident in the picture, but I know the bake is amazing. Just like Fritz said, the picture doesn't do it justice.
Rochelle, when you first said you're making a baked cheesecake, I thought, ooh, in 2 hours, that's a brave move. But I'm so happy to say that you nailed it. It is absolutely sublime. The macarons are not only visually perfect, but also in terms of texture and flavor. I think that this is a really, really delicious bake.
I would pay good money for you to bake me more of this stuff so I can eat more of it. Excellent.
Thank
Good job.
you.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm cool, calm, and collected walking up to the judges.
Larry's Book of Baking. This is the item that you chose to go on the cover. Why?
Dis 'n familiebrood. So the reason I put it on the cover is because my cooking book will be a home feel cooking book for friends and family to enjoy together.
When I look at the photo, I see lots of color, vrolijkheid, unique, different, not scared to take risks. I think your personality really shines through. Composition-wise, there are 1 or 2 things that I think would have made the photo even better.
For me, if you'd maybe move the bake slightly forward so it was more of the focus of the picture, I think that would have also improved it. But I love the color combination. I think I definitely do see Riri in it, and I'm ready to dig in.
I absolutely love what I baked because it's what I know. I'm comfortable with it. So yeah, I'm very pleased with what I presented.
I think it is abundant. I think it is flavorful, comfortable, and delicious. I had my doubts about what you were doing. In my mind, I was thinking there's no way there's enough time, but this is beautifully light, delicious, and the flavor is so on point. I wouldn't say the most refined and, technically this and that, etc. I think in terms of what you went to execute, you did very well.
It's an absolute joy to eat. It gives nostalgic vibes. The flavor is delicious. The only thing that would have made it better is homemade chakalaka. But having said that, I can see you in that cover, so well done. Thank you.
Next time I want to see your face on that photo.
Oh yes, yes.
So does he.
I put my personality on my photograph, and I can only hope that the judges see that for what it is, and it is subjective, so you never know.
I mean, obviously a beautiful dessert, and I think it's going to be delicious. So aesthetically, how did you want to present this to form the cover of your book?
So I wanted to keep it simple, moody, and elegant as possible.
So when I look at that photograph, I really like the modern composition of it. But choosing the dark background, choosing the dark plates, I think the yellow and the black play beautifully together. Unfortunately, the 3 desserts are very small in that composition, but otherwise I like it very much.
It is the most agonizing thing to watch the judges eat your food. They're pretty game-faced and you don't know what they're thinking or if they even like the product that you put out.
Mel, from a flavor perspective, this is just so impressive. Really, just so many textures and flavors and nuances. So well executed. Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
It looks absolutely out of a professional pâtissier shop, and I would pay good money to eat more of this on a more regular occasion. It's a masterpiece, it is.
They said it all, Mel. It is as perfect to eat as it is to look at.
I'm not worried about the cake, but the way it looks, I'm now more worried about what the judges will say.
So Philip, to be honest, I was quite not only inspired but enlightened by your concept today, but you had some setbacks in the kitchen today. How do you feel right now?
I'm not happy, but I got to accept because that's what happened. But I'm happy that I have something, and I'm happy that I gave it my all.
You did indeed.
I love the light brightness of your actual image. For me, I feel like it's a little bit too busy.
The yellow and the black play along so beautifully. Maybe it would have been great to only stay with the one cake, because now your eyes are looking at both plates and the one is a little bit different than the other. But I mean, even though some of it are not neat and we know it's not, it's still a beautiful cake.
Looking at the judges, tasting my cake, no facial expression, nothing. Yeah, it got me worried, like, I don't know.
Philip, I know that you had issues with your sponge taking longer to bake, but I'm glad that you left it in the oven for the time that you did, because it is a beautiful bake. My only criticism is that your buttercream is a little bit on the grainy side, so very sugary, but other than that, a lovely cake.
Love the flavor combination. Love the curd. The texture is wonderful. It is a delicious cake, honestly.
So well done.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, Philip.
Walking up to judging, I am very confident about my bake, but not so confident about my picture.
If you take into consideration that this is your first book with its first cover, why was this such a significant bake?
This was significant to me because I often make this at home. So I'm a very comfort food home baker. I want you to feel like you're being hugged from the inside.
Okay, should we look at your picture?
I have to say, with the angle that you chose, the food isn't the hero in that picture. When I see this and I see this from the top, it would have been enough actually to just have that from the top and just see all of it.
And I completely agree. Had you done a sort of top shot, close up, I think that it would have read more beautifully in your shot. Maybe playing around with different angles and seeing it in different ways would have sparked a bit more interest.
Watching them eat my food, that is actually the most confident part of this whole challenge. I do think I nailed the flavors.
From one bite, you get the entire bake. The second bite was just for me, because it is delicious. The flavors are so warm and abundant.
I'm a pastry kind of a person. I would eat this for breakfast every single day. It is comfort in a bite and so well executed.
The flavor is really, really delicious. I do think that maybe you overproved your buns, which is why they're not as sort of plump and proud. So I think that a few technical difficulties here, but I get the homely sort of hug from the inside that you were trying to give us, and it certainly did hug me a little. So delicious.
I feel confident with my image itself. I don't feel as confident with the bake.
So when I spoke to you during the bake, you were still kind of unsure of what exactly you were creating. So what did we end up with?
You'll find out. I'm joking. This is a citrus upside down pudding cake with almonds.
Right, let's look at the picture.
I love the colors together. I love the fact that the hero is definitely the cake. I think it's a beautiful photo.
I love the composition of the photo. Putting the almonds on top of the citrus, it's a beautiful pattern. And then you went and sort of hid it with those almonds. I think that was a poor choice, but yeah, it looks very inviting.
I don't know what to feel. I feel like today was one of the bakes I found weirdly challenging. There were a lot of rocks on the road.
Ria, I think you've made a really comforting bake. Your custard, absolutely delightful. But the star of the show here is that ginger caramel syrup. The intensity of flavor is exactly what the sponge needs. It gives like a fire to it and it makes you just want to keep eating more. Every single bite is such an interesting and delicious experience.
You're right, no bite is the same. Maybe that's a little bit of a revelation of your personality, of many different parts coming together. But honestly, they all make up something that's truly very, very special.
And I love when something is so unpretentious and just like punches you in the face. Yeah, very good experience, thank you.
I really do hope my bake gets me through. I'm so invested at this point.
So a lot of really strong bakes. I think it's all going to be determined by the images. I think that's what sets all of them apart in this particular challenge.
These guys are bringing it.
Oh yeah.
High quality game.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a decision to make. Judges?
Yeah.
Are you
ready?
Yes.
Coming up, who will join Ranuka and Maletwa in next week's elimination? Do you own a small baking or home business? A prize of 50,000 Rand is waiting to be claimed, courtesy of the Tastemaster SA and Capitec Business. To enter, post a video to Instagram sharing your small business story, your journey to success so far, and how you'll use this Capitec boost to further the growth of your business. Tag Capitec Bank and Tastemaster SA and use hashtag #BetterNeverRests and hashtag the Tastemaster SA to enter. Entries close on Sunday the 21st of July. T's and C's apply and can be found on the tastemaster.co.za. Who will influence the nation with their creative bakes? Bake more memories with tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder.
Contestants, on days like this, it's really a privilege and such a joy to be a judge, because I can honestly tell you that there were only great bakes in the kitchen today. And so I want you guys to give yourselves a round of applause.
I don't know how the judges are going to make this decision. We've made it pretty hard for them.
If I call your name, please take a step forward. Rochelle? Mel?
Stepping forward, my heart sings to my shoes.
Yeah, just don't know what they're going to say.
The two of you produced the best bakes today.
We're the best two of the day, and I'm just super relieved.
To know that I'm safe is beyond anything I could actually imagine right now.
We love the composition of your images, and they were just simply stunning. So we had a very difficult choice deciding which of you deserves the best of the day prize. So the person who had the best cookbook image today is Rochelle.
Winning the challenge is just something that it's literally a dream come true for me.
And of course that means that you win the Royal Baking Powder pin, which will give you an advantage in the next challenge.
Second time winning the Royal Baking Powder pin, but still not taking it for granted.
Mel, well done to you too. You are safe from elimination.
Yay, bro. For my students, I've been in a lot of the elimination rounds, and I just want you to know that resilience pays off.
And Rochelle, just a reminder, of course, that today you will also be walking away with the brand new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus.
Yay, Samsung. Oh, thank you.
Philip, please step forward. A great bake, as you know. We gave you the compliments when we tasted it. You had an unfortunate setback, and being the competition that it is, and that today a lot had to do with the image that you produced. Yours unfortunately fell short, and so you will be taking part in the next elimination challenge.
No problem. Dat het nou net so pas gebeur.
Rio, please step forward. We thought that your bake, just like everybody else's, was of a great technical standard. We also thought the composition of your image was beautiful. So you were safe from elimination.
Oh, that was so close, guys. But I'm so stoked.
Which means, Lariri, Natasha, you will be taking part in the elimination challenge. So take what you've learned and put together today to the next round and give them stick.
I'm feeling quite gutted about this.
You know what? I'm gonna go in with my whole heart and bake with love. That is it. That is what it is.
Next week, things heat up in the elimination challenge as the bottom 6 take on one of the most technical French bakes out there. Who will survive to bake another day? From our family to yours, the Tastemaster essay, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.